If you want to keep your newborn close by and entertained and stimulated, check this out. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I just bought this. It's by Lupantte. I think that's how you pronounce it. 4-in-1 Baby Activity Gym and Ball Pit. Now, one of the things about this that I was interested in is that it's kind of like a little dock-a-tot, a little play area for your newborn infant. And so even though this has like this ball pit here where they can go and play, I also thought I could put a pad in here and just have them lay in there, especially when they are awake and they want to be stimulated. So it's kind of like having a mobile above them. And this is great because it's also looks like it's a little fenced in area there, so you don't have to worry about them roaming around. Now, first of all, we get, I think the structure of this, as you can see here, nice green leaf pattern and all fabric. That's actually pretty big. We do get these very squishy plastic balls here, so they are filled with air, but not so much so that they don't squish. So you get a bunch of those, okay? So your kid can roll around in balls if you want, but like I said, I'm not even really that interested in it. We do have little cloth animals here that these will all be part of the hanging mobile, I believe. And these pieces here, which are kind of like pool noodles, they feel like foam in there. And these are going to be the structure, I think, kind of like the bars that go across the bottom piece to hold up everything. And then in here, we also have what looks like some netting. And then here we have, looks like kind of a pad cover. And here is the user manual. So I'm going to peruse that. And then here we also have a little reflector mirror type of thing. I think that's to keep them entertained. And then we also have the user manual here. So I'm going to just kind of look through this and then we will put this thing together and see if it works. All right, I've got everything laid out here. And what I realized looking at the instructions is that the ball playpen mode is actually a different setup than the little jungle gym tummy time sleeping pad mode. So I'm actually going to focus on the sleeping pad mode because that's the one I'm most intrigued with. And this is the base here. And what you can see is that it has this bottom with like these silicone dots on it. So when you put it down on a surface, it's not going to slide around. Now I will say it's padded, but kind of padded like a blanket. So it's not a super amount of padding. It's not super soft. And so if you're going to put this down on hardwood or a tile floor or something like that, I would probably put a blanket or one of those foam play pads down first. All right, so I'm just going to put that there. Now this is actually the little netting that goes around this thing to act as a fence for the little ball mode. And so what you would do is you would put this around the outside and then use these little legs here to kind of run through these sleeves to hold them up. And that would give you a little net mode. It would also probably be good if your toddler is kind of crawling around and you want to pen them in, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. What I'm going to focus on is this to keep your baby, infant, entertained. And these little bars here are going to crisscross kind of like a camping tent. So you have to unlatch them just like this. And now what I'm going to do is find the little loops in the corner here. And they are kind of sandwiched between these two little pads. And I'm going to take the loop here, kind of like a carabiner, and put the little fabric loop into the opening. It's going to hold it down. And now I'm going to take the opposite end and go to the opposite side of the pad here. So you're going to have these crisscrossing in the middle eventually. All right, that one's in there. And then I'm going to take this one. And again, same thing here, put onto the loop. And then hook it on the loop on the opposite side. All right, and now I can lift these two things up here. And there's a little Velcro strap right here in the middle. So I'm going to unhook that and wrap it around the middle pieces here and reconnect it. It's going to hold the top on. And now I'm going to find the mirror. And this is going to hang down from the top here. Now what you're going to need are the little clips in this little Ziploc bag to have things hanging down from. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these little star clips right there and attach it to the mirror, just like that. And then we have a little loop from the top of these crossbars. I'm going to attach it on there. All right, and now the mirror is hanging down from the center right there. Now I'm going to take these other pieces out, these little dangly guys, and we have some other little padded hanging things with hooks. So I'm going to use the same hooks, these little star hooks, and connect them to there. And then we also have little hooks down here midway on the crossbars, and I'm going to hang them from there. So I'm going to put all 4 of these on too. All right, now I've got this thing assembled here, and as you can see, it's very soft, so your baby can play with this. Again, one of the things I want to show you here is that this koala is actually a storage bag for all of these parts. So you can unzip the side here. There's a little loop there so that you could attach it to this thing if you wanted to. So just looks kind of nice, and there's a koala bear there. Now, the other thing that comes with this is this. This is a tummy time pillow, apparently, and you can use this when you are starting to train your kid how to crawl, right? But you could also put something like a dock-tot or a lounger in the middle here and just have the baby entertained while they're laying on their back. So I think this has a lot of possibilities. And as they get bigger and want to play with the balls in that little jungle gym, you certainly have the capability to have the baby grow into this too. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to use it. If you want to pick this up to keep your baby entertained while it's on its back or learning to crawl, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than ever.